Hello, hello. You guys, I've been working on these messages for about, well, actually technically since like the 15th or something like that, November 15th. Okay? Yeah, November 15th. The original reading, this circus comes to town 3 times a year. 'Tis known as Mercury retrograde. That will go with this for you to get the full circle. Alright. I didn't think at first I was going to be able to do this reading. I was still going to make a way to do it because I thought that I had left my channeling book at my matrix job. But I didn't, so anyway. Yeah, here's heavy Scorpio. Man, the shadow. It's a retro shade period, right? We're not completely, if you're not released from the circus, you're working on it. And these messages won't be for everybody, okay? Maybe this will be next Mercury retrograde, right? It's about cycles and your ability and willingness to recognize. All right. All right. Let's turn this baby up. And let's turn this on subscribers only. Bam. Hi Monette, how the hell you been, girl? There will be an extended version of this. I've actually already got the messages for it. I don't know if it'll be tonight, you guys, and you guys may not see me as much this week. All right. I will be in training, and I will be working in the matrix more so than usual. Right? I hope everybody is moving forward and not staying stuck on the ledge. What does stuck on the ledge look like? Okay, you're still trying to recover past things, people, places, and things, and you're either clinging onto them or you're trying to pull them into the new. All right. You will lose people on this journey, okay? Maybe they'll come back when they raise their frequency or vibration, or maybe they won't, okay? I guess YouTube changed my name because I did not. I'm good helping my granddaughter with her homework. Aw. I'm doing good, Monette. I've been a busy bee today. I've been taking all this shadow energy that's been projected and that I've been realizing right the last 2 days, okay? The transmutation, and I've been channeling it. All right, and alchemizing it into my own work. Yeah. So, release from the circus. The full release will be let's see, December 16th. Okay. Come back to this reading then. All right. Actually, yeah. Mercury will be in Sag and Venus will be in Capricorn to stabilize it. All right. So release from the circus, rise above the rest. When I started channeling for this on November 15th, I was listening to this song I'd never heard before, and it's by Jax Velix. So, right, to rise above the rest, to surpass others and achieve a higher level of success through strategy, resilience, and unique skills. Control your nervous system, not the chaos, right? And during this time, the best analogy that I can give you is the, what was it, the Super Cooper, the turtle off Mario's, right? Why they are, right? They're bouncing around, feeding off of each other, emotional draining, okay? Their energies are chaotic, all right? And they have no direction, okay? They don't know how, they're not conscious. This is all the workings of the subconscious mind, right? And they are bumping into brick walls. They're hitting dead ends, okay? They're not even realizing that they are in a cycle because they don't know what that cycle looks like, all right? They're not realizing that the same things are getting brought to them every retrograde, all right? In the next retrograde period, okay, they'll be complaining about the same things because they didn't make any change, all right? And what do? They bump into each other, okay? It's just like the energy transference. It's the same OS, shadow energy expressed through different archetypes. So, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. So, yeah. And your nervous system, right? When you become neutral, all right, you can just stand back and laugh at the shit, okay? Yeah. So the reading Much Ado About Nothing will go with this, okay? Much ado about nothing, right? Less people, no drama, more creativity and productivity, okay? I know me personally, I don't have, I had like a couple people in my personal life, okay? And that number has went down. We're not doing that, okay? Yep, so solitude is a must. You can't be afraid to lose people, okay? Yeah. Creative people move freely because they're unattached to the circus. Attached people stay stuck inside the drama they create. I'm going to say that again. Creative people move freely. Okay, then they're constantly creating new things, all right? They're not trying to recreate the old circus. Do you see what I'm saying? Or trying to pull from the past and bring it. They're still attached, okay? Yeah, like I said, this reading won't be for everybody. And, yeah, okay? If you are on drugs, you have an attachment, okay, and you're not, okay, I know that's going to trigger, okay, and, right, you're not going to cling to this, all right, and project your triggered shit onto this channel because, even if you're somebody from my past and you know me for real, right, the person that you would be trying to connect to and looking for sympathy for your addiction or help with that, I outgrown that baby, okay? She's long back there, all right? So, yeah, my shadow mommy energy is long left. So, yep. Yeah, Mercury retro, the circus retroshade equals cleaning up after the circus and walking away, not performing in it. The Sagittarius reading with the circus performer, yeah, the speak to what's unspoken, even if it makes no logical sense. Your emotional X-ray vision is your gift. During that reading, what brought me to bring that back, all these readings I will link in the comments, okay? And to get a wide picture, if you're guided to, go watch them, right? If not, that's okay. It's completely up to you. I was astral traveling, okay? I was in a dream within a dream, and I was fully conscious that what was happening, but I realized that I wasn't fully back in my body because the statue was on the wrong side of the wall, right? And she's a circus performer. I really love how spirit comes through in the symbology, and it just ties all together. And all these readings were done during retrograde. So, yeah. Somebody's got anxiety bad. I know it ain't me, baby. Yeah, the circus performer. Okay. Yeah, the circus is noise and chaos, distraction and illusion. So, right, you should have been able to pinpoint the shadow, right? The performers in it, okay? The distractions in the illusion. So, during this retrograde, Spirit didn't just give me metaphors. It put me inside the message. Yeah, in my Sagittarius reading, I told you to speak to what was unspoken, even if it makes no logical sense. Yeah, we talked about the dream. The circus wasn't just symbolic, it was an actual state of consciousness. And now it's direct and moving through retroshade. The message is clear. You're being released from the illusion and grounded back into your body and released from the noise. So, yeah, the whole Mercury in Scorpio was about surrendering attachments, okay, to things that can't, people, places, and things that aren't on your level. All right, they're a drain. Sagittarius, freedom in relationships. Okay, so Venus moving into Sagittarius. Okay, this is about freedom in your relationships. Okay, the whole the love dynamic. Okay, love is free, love is unconditional, and it does not attach. So, yeah. So, by the time Mercury hits Sagittarius, Venus will be in Capricorn, which will ground it. So, the Scorpio energy breaks chains. The Sagittarius runs free, and the Capricorn builds something real. If you're not creating, okay, you're stuck. And the ones that are stuck are feeding off the ones that are creative. And they're trying to, should I say. So, I have built upon this list because I have literally, just in the last 2 days, okay, have had to alchemize other people's shadows, okay? Right? You can't sit here. You shall not pass. So, Aries is the aggressor. Impulsive, hothead, takes everything as a challenge, even peace. Taurus, possessor, the stagnant one, overindulger, uses comfort to avoid growth. Gemini, the manipulator, the trickster, the liar, mental escape artist, talks instead of acts. Yeah. Cancer, the martyr, emotional hoarder, guilt thrower, uses emotion for leverage. Leo, the narcissist, spotlight hog, validation, drama to stay relevant. Virgo, the perfectionist, the nitpicker, finds flaws to not be vulnerable. Martyr, worker, overdoes to feel worthy. And listen, check your polarity, right? The light and dark. That's how you know when you're acting out of that, or you see somebody, the polarity, that's their shadow that they haven't integrated. Okay? Libra, the people pleaser, avoider, dodges conflict until explodes. Shapeshifter, loses identity to keep the peace. Right? They change people, they change around different groups of people. Scorpio, the destroyer, the paranoid one, assumes betrayal even in love. Emotional assassination cuts deep. And listen, I know my shadow energy well, and during the last couple of days, I laughed at the shit, right? The old me would have cut people, slit their throats with words, right? Sag, the escapist. Preacher, forces truth. Commitment, dodger, runs from depth when it gets real. Capricorn, tyrant. Ice wall, shuts down feelings to stay in control. Hold on, what does it say? Status slave, obsesses over success to avoid intimacy. Aquarius, rebel without a cause. Detached alien, unreachable, avoids bonding. Contrarian, argues simply, to not agree. Argues to not agree. Pisces, the victim, the illusionist, the escapes to fantasy rather than responsibility. Martyr dreamer, uses suffering as identity or spiritual bypassing. And I've quite literally seen all of those shadows in different people, okay, in the last 2 days. Okay, the neutrality zone. Right? Do not involve yourself in it. That's the best thing you can do, is keep it moving. Okay, that's not your circus. Them ain't your monkeys. Okay, I can't say this enough. I have it happen to me, right? Because people feel comfortable in my energy to tell me everything. Okay, but it's not your job to be somebody else's emotional dumping ground. All right, they come to you because you're a lighthouse, right? And lighthouses don't come in clusters. So if you're wondering, why the fuck can't I just have one person in my life, okay, that is a proper mirror that can hold my frequency? Because we don't come in clusters. It's just how it is for now, all right? And you're meant to be taking this alone time and channel it into your creativity. Why are we creating right now? Because we're recreating our story. Okay, we're in the golden age. What we're doing is creating stories, art, mythos, however you want to see it, okay, to leave behind to the next wave or people going through their awakening. And the Bronze Age and the Golden Age and everything in between are always happening all at once. Okay, that's the densities and the frequency thing. Past, present, and future are all one. There's always somebody that's going to be operating from your old frequency, or they're going to be carrying the old archetype as you in the lower form. Do you see what I'm saying? And everything is a continuation off of another story. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. All right, so what I wanted to do was go through all signs. Okay. What your shadow, what the shadow, the display of the shadow, right? Okay. And right, what energy you should work towards. So we're going to start with Aries. Aries. Do I even have the deck over here? Give me a second, guys. I wasn't even really planning to go live tonight. I was supposed to do this reading yesterday on the 29th when Mercury went direct. But we still have plenty of time because it is still in the retroshade period. And like I said, come back to this reading on the 16th and you will have a big picture. You guys, I have no idea. Oh, here it is. Watch your sun and your rising, okay? Yep, your polarity. What's across from you on that wheel? So for instance, Aries, you're going to want to watch yours and Libra. Actually, we're going to do them like that. Aries and Libra. Aries, what energy do you need to get rid of? What energy do you need to bring into a higher octave? Don't let your past hold you back. Check your south node. Okay? You're still battling things from your past, okay? And you are in your south node. So, what's the south node? Saturn, Capricorn. Yeah. So, I'll read it again. The tyrant, ice walls, shuts down feelings to stay in control. Status slave, obsesses over success to avoid intimacy. So, there you go. What energy do you need to move towards? As you did in the past, your home base or your family, do what makes you feel secure. Okay, in Cancer energy. All right. Cancer in a higher form. Is a nurturer. Okay, you need to nurture your own feelings and don't hoard them. Okay. Your stability comes from emotional freedom. Okay. So Libra, 2210. Hi guys. Libra, what energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Freedom, associations, your circle of friends in the 11th house. All right. So you're being called out, love, on your Aquarius energy. The rebel without a cause, detached, alien, unreachable, avoids bonding, contrarian, argues simply to agree. Okay. Yeah, you are very cold and detached. Okay. Libra, this is a fellow air sign as well, and you are already an air sign. So what energy do you need to move towards? Okay. A new start is coming. New moon. Okay. What energy? Cherish, enjoy, charm, art, and beauty are the way to. In Venus, you need to get back to yourself. Okay. Venus is your ruler. All right. You need to shift more in your own energy, Libra, and your Taurus energy. Okay. The creations. Okay. Creating love and attraction, pleasure. Okay. You need to lean more into the things that bring you pressure. Yeah, if it's creating pressure for you, it's not for you, okay? But lean into things that bling, bling, bling. Maybe you want to go buy you some jewelry or some bling, okay? Maybe you want to buy somebody else this, but lean more into what the things that bling. Maybe you just bought yourself some bling, bling, all right? So pleasure and good times, okay? Your happiness, so... You can't go wrong doing more of what brings you joy. So, all right, Taurus, 2417. Don't forget to go back to the beginning where I talk about everybody's shadow, okay? Taurus and Scorpio. All right, Taurus, what energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Hi, Adrian. A new romantic cycle begins, so you're Libra. You need to stop people pleasing. Your idea, short-term thinking and trips. Who or what is around you? Third house, Gemini. All right. Manipulator, trickster, liar, mental escape artist, talks instead of acts. Okay? And the fact that Libra, right, the people pleasing. All right, Taurus, you need to follow through with your commitments, okay? You stop lying to yourself, I'm hearing. All right, what energy do you need to move into, okay? Too many. I'm smelling men's cologne right there. Like Gucci. Your highest ideals, the rules of get it out to the world, and in Sagittarius. You need to expand, okay? Yeah. You need to expand, okay? You need to travel, okay? You're taking shortcuts, and you need to be thinking about long term, okay? Yeah. Scorpio 2611. Scorpio, what energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Also, go back and check the beginning where I was read off the chart back there of the shadow. So, a time for healing, okay? You need to focus on yourself. Your goals, the day-to-day reality of use the most business-like way in Capricorn. Tyrant, ice wall shut, down feelings to stay in control, status slave, obsesses over success, and avoids intimacy. You need to you need to do more things that bring you closer to yourself, okay? Okay, talk about your feelings even if it's just to yourself, okay? Cry if you need to. What energy do you need to move towards? You guys, I cry all the time, but not out of sadness, because it's not, I know that that's not my energy or my emotion to feel, okay? And sometimes I relieve things for the collective, all right, in which I'm not doing that anymore, okay, everybody? Scorpio, yeah, the bridge, okay? We're going to get an extended reading on this, okay? Scorpio, your energy is always going to be a bridge, okay? But it's just going to change. You're not going to be holding the space anymore. The idealization of confusion regarding sacrifice, Neptune. You need to move more into your mysticism, okay? In a higher form, Pisces is a mystic, a cosmic dreamer, empathetic creator, and you need to focus more on your creations, okay? Lean more into your intuition, okay? All right. Gemini 2823. Gemini, don't forget to go back to the beginning, okay? And I read off the charts for all signs. Gemini, yes it is. It's a good release, Adrian. Hi, Taylor. Gemini. It's weird seeing me on here this late, isn't it? I'm hearing, roll if you want to. Roll, na 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 na. I don't know. Is that the B-52s or is that garbage? Hell, I don't know. Inspire others with be prepared to sacrifice for yielding is the only way to in a Neptune. All right, Gemini. You need to move out of or bring this energy into a higher form, okay? The victim, okay? Playing the victim, the illusionist, okay? The escapes to fantasy rather than responsibility. So you need to take responsibility and accountability for where you are, okay? You could be battling addiction, all right? Escapism always gives me some sort of addiction, okay? To escape your reality. All right, Gemini. What energy do you need to move into?
your goals, the day-to-day reality of it. You need to bring it down back to earth, baby. Use the most business-like way in Capricorn. You need to ground your energy, okay, and start building a routine, your destiny, where you're going, your career. Yeah, you need to start focusing on your career, what it is that you're trying to build, what it is that you want to leave behind as a legacy, okay? Sagittarius. It's nice to see you too. The B52s, thanks, Deb. 3038. All right, Saggy. What energy do you need to lean more into? All right. Emotions are running high. Or, yeah, which ones do you need to bring into a higher form, should I say? All right. So, you need to move away from things that cause you emotional instability, okay, or emotionally unstable people, okay? We're gonna only do one. Give me one. Yeah, Cancer energy, and Jupiter is in retrograde in the house of Cancer, okay? Yeah, the shadow mommy energy, okay? Yeah, you need to move away from emotionally unstable people, people that are trying to control you with emotions, all right? Or maybe this is you. Okay, you can't mother everyone. All right, what energy do you need to move into? And this is the subconscious, right? You need to bring the subconscious. You need to become aware of your subconscious, okay? Your highest ideals, the rules of get it out into the world, and in Sagittarius, you need to move more into your own energy. Okay, your ruling planet is in the sign of Cancer. Okay, so it's throwing your energy off, and it's in retrograde. So you're going back. The fourth house is the house of the mother. All right, this could be about, you could be this baby mama. This could be about a baby mama. This could be about your own mother. Okay, or the need to mother yourself. Your ideas, short-term thinking, and trips. Who or what is around you, and in the third house, okay? You need to expand your thinking, okay? Your highest ideas, the rules. You need to get your philosophies out. Some of you guys could be a writer, okay? And, yeah, right? Gemini's your polarity. You need to shift back in your own energy, okay? Somebody else's energy is throwing yours off, or this is your own shadow, okay? Cancer. Yeah, that Cancer shadow energy was afoot. And I'm going to tell you something else. Each shadow that I encountered really was fitting for the sun sign. And not only were they exhibiting their sun sign shadow characteristics, they had their polarity in there too, right? Cancer, what do you need to bring into a higher form? Your own energy. Okay. Yeah, you need to bring your own energy into a higher form. Okay. Yeah. The martyrdom. The emotional hoarder. The guilt tripper. Okay. Whether this is you or you're allowing this to be done to you. Okay. What energy do you need to step into? Also, go back to the beginning where I was reading from the chart. It's time to release negativity. You need to step into your scorpionic energy so that you can go through a transformation, right? You can destroy the things that are no longer serving you, okay? And, yeah, alchemize, okay? So you can rise from the ashes, okay? You need to leave this old piece of yourself behind, this old way of being, okay? And scorpionic energy will help you do it, okay? Capricorn. 3442. What energy do you need to move away from or bring into a higher form? Sagittarius. Okay. The escapism. Escapist, preacher, forces their own truth. Commitment dodger, runs from depth when it gets real. So you need to not force your ideas, okay, or believe they may be your truth, okay, but somebody else could be arriving at their own truth, and not everybody's truths are the same, okay. Every truth is but half truth, okay. What energy do you need to move into? Defend, accept, let your feelings tell you how to, okay, in Cancer energy. All right, you need to move, you need to read the room, okay? Somebody could be on the spectrum, right? But you need to be more emotionally intelligent, okay? And lean more into your intuition, okay, before you speak, all right? As to not alienate, if you choose to, right? Leo, 3602. What do you need to move away from or bring into a higher form? Also go back to the beginning, and if you choose to, right? Pluto. All right. Destroyer, the paranoid one, assumes betrayal even in love. Emotional assassination cuts deep. You need to move away from thinking that everybody's against you, all right, and using your words to hurt others. Cancer energy. Same thing as Capricorn, all right, being more emotionally mature, okay, not getting triggered, all right. Maybe you need to sit with your own emotions before speaking, all right, Leo. Aquarius, 3656. Leo, you're kind of battling a mother wound, all right. So Aquarius, what energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Freedom, associations, your circle of friends, the 11th house, your polarity, okay, your polarity, or your own energy, all right. I would also watch Leo. This is why I paired them that way, all right. This will be a side note, okay. The people that you are around are keeping you in an old version of yourself, all right. Cold and detached. With the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art. Do it dramatically. And in the 5th house, I told you, go watch Leo. All right. You need to move more towards operating out of your heart space. Okay. You dismiss because you have a fear of being seen. Okay. All right. Virgo, 3817. What energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. All right, give me the sun. The ego, right? Somebody here has narcissistic traits. All right. The starting drama to stay relevant. All right. What energy do you need to move towards? A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Okay, so for everybody else, I told them that they needed to listen to their own emotional intuition and needs, okay? For you, I'm getting that you need to pull back, withdraw, okay? And contain them, okay? Contain your own emotions for a while so that you can learn what's yours and what's being projected and what you're absorbing, okay? All right, Pisces. Also go back and watch the beginning where I was reading from the chart. 3944. Pisces, what energy do you need to bring into a higher form? Your beliefs, the cost of, use the most direct way. And in Taurus, mediate and contemplate, Pisces. So you're exhibiting a Pisces and a Taurus shadow. Possessor, stagnant one, overindulger, uses comfort to avoid growth. So you're stuck, right? The victim, the illusionist, escapes to fantasy rather than responsibility. Martyr, dreamer, uses suffering as identity or spiritual bypass. What energy do you need to move towards? They're showing me a bunch of broken crayons. They're also showing me like crayon writings on the wall. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Yeah. With the trust of a child, fun, romance, and making art. Writing on the wall. Do it dramatically in the 5th house. You need a creative outlet, okay? You're stuck. Maybe you're stuck trying to recreate from the past, okay? Bring new life into things from the past, and it's keeping you stuck, all right? Yeah. Let's see. The radiant leader. You need to take leadership. Heart-centered, servant, king, queen. You need to take leadership and accountability over your own heart, okay? And your own emotions, all right? Let's see. Do we want to get closing messages? High priest, intend and create. And we should all be creating, okay? Lord, take charge with authority. Okay, taking accountability, okay, for what we've created thus far as well. Okay. Y'all, I used that shadow energy, okay, and channeled it to get shit done today. I now have a copyright, all my files on a PDF ready to send, all right. (976) Exhausted desire and somber, consolidate, address, and educate. It's time to let go of the past and move into something greater. Yeah, and everybody needs to be an independent creator, okay? Everybody needs their own creations. This is about sovereignty, especially with the alignments, okay? Finding a balance and stability in your life. This number tells you that a long-term sense of security requires sustainable practices, not extremes. Release unsupported patterns, find harmony, and nurture your spiritual and human efforts. Okay, baby, listen. I will let my fire fuel, okay? I will absorb the shadow and use it, okay, to fuel being on here. Not only will I be on here, all right, but I will be working 40 hours a week this week. I will be in training and I'm creating, okay? So let that inspire you. That will inspire some, or it will trigger the fuck out of others, okay? But either way, all right, it's doing something, right? Hi, Rhino. You had a bad day, Taylor? I already cried. I did too, Taylor. But you know what? It'll be the last time that I transmute other people's. Alright, I do heavy lifting for the collective. And yeah. I stood up for myself because I was being disrespected. Good for you. Good for you, Taylor. Listen, Taylor, you don't need anybody, okay? The attachments. Watch this a couple times over. Alright? Not because everything felt like it was falling apart. Exactly, you needed to release the emotions. It's so nice to see you. It's nice to see all of you as well. That's for me too, writer. I would love to read some of your writings. That's what I felt like I went through today. But if the person says he don't give a fuck about how I feel when I'm literally in tears and laughs about it, then how do I respond? You don't let other people's emotions affect you, okay? You don't take on other people's emotions. You don't absorb their shit, okay? Because they can't process it, okay? What I have come to find out, a lot of people, okay, the attachments to labels, okay, or the loyalty to the wrong things. You don't have to be attached to any family member, friend, business partner, co-worker, even your own children, right? You can move freely because love is free, okay? Love is free. And if you are one of those people and you're like, well, my mom, and my neighbor, well, okay, why do you feel the need to take responsibility for that? There's still a wounding there, and you need to close the loop. You're stuck in a loop, okay? Why do you feel the need to be anything to anybody? It's an abandonment wound, for one, okay? And you guys, I am so glad that I have my alone space, quiet. There's no fuckers running around in the background, okay? I'm not committed to anything but myself, all right? And my journey. And I don't give a damn. This is going to trigger a lot of people. Why do you think in them old school paintings like Rembrandt's and things like this, all right, the paintings, they look all nice, all right? The women look youthful and they're glowing and they're happy. But after they have a child, because they realize, fuck this, they had a child too early, they were forced into marriage, because that's not what they wanted. They had dreams of their own they wanted to pursue, okay? And listen, don't nobody get mad at me, because I'm speaking 100% truth, and I'm not saying, oh my God, you know, nobody loves and wanted their children. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But you sacrificed more times than not, okay, for shit that you really didn't want in the end. I know when I sign up for my next life contract, there'll be no marriage. All right. We don't want any outside soul contracts. We're gonna come in this bitch full awake. It's been this way for 4 years, and I could not imagine myself going back to having to be smothered and bothered every day. Because a lot of times as women, we sacrifice our dreams to help manifest the man's dreams, right? Taylor, all I heard was, I ain't never gave a fuck. that's what you say. I ain't never gave a fuck, right? He's helping you, okay, to get rid of a fear of rejection. Okay? I'm Virgo with Cancer Moon. You're welcome. He's Pisces. I hear you. I just wasn't expecting the fallout today, especially when I was looking forward to seeing this person today. Taylor, do you want me to... You know, I'm honest. That only happened because you were starting to place your happiness in his hands. You were deriving that extra joy and happiness from another person. Okay, and when they withdrew that, it triggered. That's how you know you were leaking your energy. All right, your energy was leaking, okay, and you were handing him over your power. You need to go ahead and take that shit back. Listen, that's mine, okay? That false sense of security and that power boost that you got from me, okay, I'm gonna be taking that back. That coattail riding, I'm gonna be taking that back. All right. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to be leaking. You're leaking your energy out, right? I'm going to be linking all the other readings that go with this. Y'all, tomorrow I don't get off till like 10 o'clock. So, I will try to get back on here Tuesday. I'll probably be doing just the single signs, this week. Because I don't know if I'll have it in me to do all signs, but we will pump out a couple of the single. That way I can focus on those and the extendeds. For real, he's been a dick all week, but today he was straight up rude. Take your power back. Okay, you don't have to engage. You can be cordial, all right, without crossing that line. You need to put up boundaries on your energy. Yes. I pulled all my energy back. Yes. Taylor, I'm not going to tell you to pull in shadow energy, but listen, you can take your energy back, all right? The old me would have told you and showed you a way to fucking suck him dry, but we're not doing that. We don't care, right? And I said, bitch, you don't want to know. See, he didn't even deserve that response out of you. Don't let him trigger you, because it's still acknowledging, and it's mobilizing his shadow. Okay, it's enabling him. Okay, because he's getting attention from it, and just like to a child, any attention is good attention. Focus on you and what you got going on. Okay? Listen, y'all, I'm at the stage now. I get emails and shit. It's retarded. Alright? I don't want to hear how I look. I know how I look. Alright? I'm not interested. I'm not interested. What about my energy says, please hit on me? I'm not open to it. It makes me want to fucking vomit. And then, on top of that, I said something about it earlier, and then we had body comparisons, and then they got triggered. Well, I knew them longer. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody wants nobody. Okay. Oh my God, it's gross. All right, it's fucking gross. I'm so tired of dealing with people's shadows. Which I present on Wednesday. Well, good thing I don't plan to give him an ounce of my energy tomorrow. My week is to focus on my presentation. Good. Channel all that fire into what you're creating, okay, which is exactly what I do, okay? I've been channeling my shit into what it is that I'm trying to create, that I've already created, okay? And it just so happens I got this, whatever you call it, right? Start training for a new position, right? So there my finances are going to go up, and I will have everything that I need to remain an independent creator, okay? So you guys got this, okay? You got this. Stand strong, all right? Especially for the divine feminine, all right? Even if you're a masculine, okay? Don't put up with no dusty feminine energy, okay? That shit's afoot. You ain't gotta. He likes me around him so much. Get ready to find out what it's like when I'm not giving him shit. Your energy speaks louder than words. When you don't engage with it, okay, and you pull it back, all right, don't let him rule you back in, because that's what he's doing, okay? That's what he's doing. He's trying to get you to chase him because he's got shadow bitch energy, okay? He's operating from his own inner divine feminine wounding. You know, don't play into that. Let him chase himself. And if he's already acting that way now and you guys aren't even dating, listen, let him do it. Let him be abusive to somebody else. That ain't your lesson. And bitches on Snapchat. He needs to be seen and heard. Okay, he needs validation and people to play into his ego because he can't create his own light from within. He harvests it off of that's narcissistic energy, okay? And it's a hierarchy. He needs many to feed off of because he can't generate his own. And at least you found out early, okay? He wasn't so happy when I called out his manipulative attitude. When you see it, you can't unsee it, all right? And he's operating from the subconscious, so he's not going to see it anyway. What happens is you change roles, right? You move away from that, all right? And somebody else will step in and to mirror his shadow, okay? But don't let it be you. It's not your job. You've seen it for what it is. Let somebody else mirror his shadow to him. I told Pisces, I wish him the best. I wish him the best. Exactly. Let somebody else mobilize his shadow and mirror that shit. Absolutely. Y'all, I've been thinking for a minute. For a little bit, okay? Sometimes it's good to change your numbers. The last time that I changed mine was like 3 years ago. Sometimes it's good to change your email addresses because those are old cord attachments. You know, holding on to things. My husband passed away when I was 22, and a couple years ago, I took all the photo albums and everything. I had Louis Vuitton purses, like $2,000 purses. They're right next door at my mom's, put up for my daughter. I don't need them. Like I had letters and birthday cards from the time I was like 2. I burned them, right? Because many of those birthday cards were holding signatures of the dead. Okay, those attachments. Okay, ask yourself, why can't I bring myself to get rid of this? All right, because you're literally, it's anchoring you to an old version of you, an old timeline, to those old cords, and people don't really realize it. Okay, but I'm not going to sit here and preach on that forever. Do you, right? Yeah. Don't want none of it. You guys, when I got home, I pawned every piece of jewelry that was not purchased by me because metal is it's a conductor. It holds energy. Jewels, all right, all that shit. Don't want it. You're welcome. Men with a fear of rejection are not worth my time, but I liked it while it lasted. Right? Why are we sentimental? Yeah, the sentimentality is hanging on to the past, right? And we're about forward movement. Those are attachments. Get back to business. Yep. So, anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I love you guys. If you feel guided, join over members. I'm going to try to focus my energy where I can over there this week. And I will try to do a couple more of the sign readings this week. I'll probably pop off a couple Tuesday when I have time. So, and I will have an extended version of this reading, okay? I already have the channeled messages. I might try to do that tomorrow before work. And they will all be linked in the comments. yeah, if you would like to further support the channel, members is a great way. Hitting the like button is a beautiful way, and it's free. After this video ends, okay, hyping that baby. All right, hype that baby like a crackhead, okay? But anyway, I love you guys. Dawn for spending time. Have a great night. You too, love. Good night, everybody. Peace, love, and light.